Are tomatoes fruits or vegetables? Is it tomato or tomato? WTF is an avocado anyway, and how in the blue hell is this considered a fruit? All of these crucial questions and more get answered today. We have 13 weird plants that you probably thought were vegetables, but they're actually something else. Welcome to 9 to 5 Fit, strap yourself in, get comfy, and get ready to learn. Chapter 1. Why the confusion? Let's start with some definitions. Scientifically speaking, a fruit is the mature ovary of a flower that contains seeds. Going by this definition, anything with a seed in it, no matter the number, size, or placement of it, is considered a fruit. When you think about it, this is a very sizable chunk of all the plants we eat. A vegetable, on the other hand, is any other edible part of the plant, like the leaves, the stems, and the roots. In the kitchen, however, we don't apply quite the same rules. We classify foods mainly by taste and use. Fruits are sweet and tart, vegetables are savory. Fruits go on sundaes, vegetables go into a salad. We kinda have this perception engraved into our brains, which is why we are usually surprised when we hear that tomatoes are actually fruits and not a veggie. Which leads us to Number 1. Tomatoes. Let's start with the start of the debate. Native to Western South America, domesticated in Mexico, the tomato is botanically a fruit, specifically a berry, part of the nightshades family. But culinarily, it behaves like a vegetable. We put it in salads, sauces, and soups. The tomato is relatively rich in vitamin C, contains some potassium, quite a large amount of lycopene, which is an antioxidant that gives it its red color. Tomatoes can cause some gut issues in some sensitive people, me included, due to their acidity, skin, and seeds. Number 2. Cucumber. This is the first one that surprised me. But when you know the official definition, it kind of makes sense. They have seeds, so technically they are fruits. Part of the gourd family, they supposedly originated in India more than 3,000 years ago. About 95% of a cucumber is water, so great for hydration and filling up your stomach, but not so much for anything else. They contain some vitamin K, some fiber if you eat them with the skin on, but nothing else of note, at least not for this video. Number 3. Zucchini. Another sneaky fruit. It's a type of summer squash, part of the gourd family. First cultivated in Italy in the 1800s, though its wild ancestors came from the Americas, Mesoamerica to be precise, more than 7,000 years ago. Jesus. Low in calories, high in vitamin C, and respectable amounts of vitamin A, manganese, and even some B vitamins. One of my favorite fitness foods, zucchini supports digestion and eye health and are extremely versatile culinary ingredients. Just don't eat them raw or overripe. Number 4. Bell and chili peppers. All peppers, from sweet bell peppers to the nasty fiery chilies, are fruits of the capsicum plant, native to Central and South America. They are an excellent source of vitamin C. One red pepper has more than an orange, by the way, and because of this, they can boost metabolism and immunity. Hot chilies contain capsaicin, which can irritate the digestive tract in large amounts. Number 5. Eggplants. Also fruits and also from the nightshades family, like tomatoes and peppers. Likely from India or Southeast Asia, cultivated over 2,000 years ago. High in fiber, low in calories, and packed with anthocyanin, which gives it its purple color. However, I have a personal beef with eggplants, and not just because they are overused as a dumb emoji. They are probably the most digestively irritating for me out of all nightshades. Not saying that that's the case for most people, but make sure to always wash and cook them thoroughly. Number 6. Pumpkins. All pumpkins and squashes are also fruits. Members of the Cucurbitaceae. It's a gourd. They are part of the gourd family. Native to the Americas, they were a staple food for the indigenous people there. Cucurbitaceae pumpkins, which are the orange ones, were cultivated about 9,000 years ago. Jesus. And are amongst the oldest known domesticated plants. Loaded with vitamin A from beta-carotene, copper, some potassium, and a respectable amount of fiber. Pumpkin is beneficial for our vision, heart health, and immunity, but not when added to calorie-dense desserts, so don't use the benefits of pumpkins as an excuse to overindulge on sweets. Number 7. Corn. One of the weirdest ones for me on this list. Yes, I guess this thing classifies as a fruit. If you ask Encyclopedia Britannica, modern corn is believed to have been derived from the Baucis teosinte plant, which is a wild grass. Each kernel is both a seed and a fruit, called a caryopsis. Corn is native to Mexico and was domesticated over 9,000 years ago. Jesus. It is energy dense with a high carbohydrate content. It provides a decent amount of B vitamins, magnesium, and manganese. It is an extremely versatile starch that can and is used for all sorts of food and non-food products. This versatility can also have a major con for the average consumer, as processed corn products hardly contain any of the nutrients that regular corn provides. Number 8. Avocados. Okay, moving from high carb to high fat. Avocados are weird all around. From their unusual high fat content for a plant, to their giant single seeds, to their name, if you will. Originating from southern Mexico and Central America, they become a global sensation thanks to the tireless efforts of yuppies and hipsters all around the world. Rich in healthy monounsaturated fats, copper, folate, vitamins E and K, some additional B vitamins, and other beneficial substances. Excellent for heart health and nutrient absorption, but avocados are also very calorically dense and not very satiating. So if you are on a cut, don't go overboard with the avocado toast. Number 9. Olives. The other fat-heavy plant on our list, olives are fruits from the drupe group, related to peaches and cherries. They are native to the Mediterranean region and have been cultivated for over 6,000 years. Olives are high in monounsaturated fats, iron, copper, and vitamin E. Much like the avocado, they support cardiovascular health and can also improve brain function. They tend to be more caloric than most other entries on this list and can be high in sodium. However, sodium fearmongering has been blown out of proportion in the public space, so don't stress too much about it. Number 10. Okra. So you thought this was a vegetable? Guess again, buddy. Okra pods are also fruits. Originating from East Africa around present-day Ethiopia, they travel through the Middle East and eventually reach the Americas around the 17th century. They're quite a nutritional plant, packed with vitamin K, vitamin C, fiber, and some B vitamins. They are great for digestion and blood sugar control. They can cause some bloating if eaten in excess due to their high fiber content. Number 11. Peas and green beans. You get a 2-for-1 on this one. Similar looking to okra on the outside at least, peas and green beans are also fruits in disguise. Both are seed pods, technically legumes. Peas likely came from Western Asia, specifically the Middle East and the Mediterranean region, whereas green beans originated in Central and South America. Peas are more caloric but are also more nutrient dense. Both are a good source of plant protein, fiber, vitamins C and K, iron, and some B vitamins. They are basically a jack of all trades when it comes to nutrition and a must-have for any self-respecting vegan. Raw or undercooked beans contain lectins, which can cause digestive discomfort. Number 12. Rhubarb. Here's the twist. Rhubarb is the only one on this list that's truly a vegetable, but we use it like a fruit in pies, jams, and even in winemaking. Native to Siberia and brought to Europe for medicinal use, rhubarb stalks are edible, but the leaves are toxic due to oxalic acid. The stalks are a good source of fiber, vitamin K, and calcium. Just don't eat the leaves. Now, for the most important question. Is it
tomato
or
tomato?
Oh, well, I guess both are fine. Thank you for watching. Likes and subscribes are always appreciated. And if you enjoy this sort of stuff, watch this video next. Cheers!